Next, we'll briefly talk about each WordPress section. We won't go into great detail just yet, as we'll have dedicated videos to each section explaining how we can interact with them to build our website, but we'll just go through them very briefly from top to bottom. So first you have the dashboard here. Dashboard is always where you're going to be starting your WordPress journey on. In the dashboard, you have some basic shortcuts that you can use, such as creating a quick draft. You can check the performance of your website. You can also see which version of WordPress you've installed and any updates that WordPress has for you. And then here on the left, we have our posts. Now, posts are basically pieces of content. And in the post section, you can create these pieces of content using an editor. WordPress's default editor is called the Gutenberg editor, which we'll take a look at in a future video. Here you can add new posts, you can remove them, you can filter your posts. You also have the ability to give posts categories and tags, and we'll also see how we can do that in a future video. After the posts, we have our media library. Now, our media library is responsible for uploading and maintaining our media files. And media files can be in many types, including images, videos, audio, and more. In this section, you can also get some additional information about the media files that you upload. And now the next section here is our pages. Now, pages is where you can create static pages in your website. Some popular pages you'll see in websites are home, about us page, our services, blog, contact us, and many more. Like in the posts, the editor for pages is the Gutenberg editor. Here you have the option to add and remove pages, as well as manipulate the pages in any way. This section is basically responsible for configuring your website pages. Now the next section here is the comment section. And here is where you can approve or disapprove of WordPress comments. Here you can also delete them, you can put them in pending, you can put them in spam. It's basically where you can organize all the comments left on your website. Now the next section here is our appearance section, which is basically devoted to the visual aspects of our site. Here we can add images, and we can also customize images. We can add headers, footers, backgrounds, manage widgets. Basically, it's where we can control the layout and design of our web page. Next, we have an important section. Here we have the plugins section. Now the plugins menu is your plugin control hub. Remember that plugins are additional software components that can either enhance or extend the functionality of your WordPress site. Over here, we can install, activate, deactivate plugins, as well as see their specific features. The next section here, we have the user section. Now this is for user management that allows you to add, edit, or remove user accounts. It could be that you have multiple users working on one WordPress website, and this is where you can manage them. You can assign different roles like administrator, editor, contributor, basically all controlling the access and permissions of your website. The next section here is the tools section. Now, this is what I usually use to import and export components from one site to another. Okay, and lastly, here we have the settings. So this is where you can configure the various settings for your site, including the general setup, reading and writing preferences, discussion, and comment setting. So it's a crucial area for tailoring your site to meet your specific needs. And that basically covers the whole left-hand menu. You can also collapse it for more space by clicking on the collapse menu item. But I hope you now have a better overview of the WordPress interface. So now that we've seen a general overview of the WordPress dashboard, we can start looking into each left-hand menu one by one in great detail and see what each section is capable of doing and how we can use them in building our professional website. So let's move to the next video where we'll take a look at the first left-hand menu section, the dashboard. See you then.